Hey guys, Daniel from Team Seller Logic here. Today we'll be talking about the topic of repricing. Basically, what is repricing? How do you do it? What kind of forms of repricing do you have? And why is repricing important anyway? Regarding the first question, let's just directly start off. What is repricing on Amazon? When we talk about repricing, we basically mean price optimization. So how can I adjust my product price so that it aligns perfectly with the contemporary market situation? Things that you have to take into account here are, let's say, the product price of your competitors, super important, the final price of your competitors, at what price are those guys selling, but also, of course, shipping costs or trends at the moment. Those are all factors you have to take into account when you want to adjust your price so that you make the most sales. How do you do this? There's many ways to do this, of course. Today we'll be talking about 3 different strategies. One would be the manual, the second would be the static, and the third would be the dynamic repricing strategy. Regarding the question why you need repricing, to be completely honest, you won't find a lot of professional sellers nowadays that are not using a repricer, simply because, well, price changes on Amazon, I think it's 2.5 million price changes a day. Is that correct? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's correct. I'll check later. But the thing is, the prices on Amazon, they change a lot every day. And you can't just sit there all day and check whether or not the prices have gone up or gone down. You will need software to support you with that, because you have to have your hands free for other things, especially if you sell professionally on Amazon as a seller. A second reason why you need repricing is because repricing is basically your driver, or the driver of your business, into the buy box. We mentioned it in our last video. The BuyBox is basically when you're browsing Amazon, on the right hand side you will see a little orange golden field labeled add to cart. That is the BuyBox. That is where every seller has to get behind if he or she wants to make the most sales. A repricer will help you find the best final price, which is the most important metric to get into that BuyBox. Ergo, you really need a repricer if you want to win the BuyBox, if you want to improve your BuyBox share. Let's start with the first one. Manual repricing. What is manual repricing? Manual repricing is basically the old school format. It means you do everything yourself, right? You don't use any form of software. The whole market analysis, checking what are the competitors doing, what kind of prices are they setting, anticipating what they will do next, and undercutting them in anticipation, stuff like that. You do all of that yourself. The computer has nothing to do with it. You are in full control of your pricing strategy, and that is also basically the main benefit of manual repricing. You are in full control of your pricing strategy. Not one thing happens in regard to this without you knowing it. Another benefit, of course, is a repricer costs money. Not really the static Amazon repricer, that one's for free, but if you're going to get yourself a dynamic repricer, of course, they will charge you for the service, and those are also fees that you don't have to pay if you do manual repricing. The next question, of course, is, does it compensate for all the hours you have to sit behind your computer and adjust your prices manually? I don't know. That's something you will have to decide for yourself. But the fact remains, if you do not use a repricer, of course, you don't have to pay for one. Okay, so what is the main disadvantage of manual repricing? Well, it will definitely take up a lot of your time. No, wait, actually, it will take up all of your time. It will definitely take up all of your time. As we just mentioned a couple of seconds ago, 2.5 million price changes take place each day on Amazon. Now imagine accommodating all of that into your pricing strategy manually every single day. It would be a tedious task, to say the least, right? And the after effect, of course, would be that your other metrics, well, of course, final price is the most important metrics to win the buy box, as we just said, but the other 12 metrics they will be neglected by this, because you will be too busy checking your prices. At the end of the day, your seller rating will drop as well. Yeah, so definitely take care of your final price. If manual repricing is the thing for you, go for it, but always keep in mind that it is not the only metric. Let's continue with the next form of repricing, called static or rule-based repricing. What is that exactly? Basically, everything I explained in the previous section, this is now done by a computer software, right? This computer software will work pertaining to a certain algorithm. It will say, okay, I will identify and monitor your competitors' prices and then undercut that price automatically by 5 cents or 2 cents or 1 cent, whatever you put into that setting, right? What is the effect? The effect is that you will win the buy box more often. Definitely. You will win the buy box more often, which means, of course, you will be making more sales. So now you're wondering, what's the big disadvantage? Because the Amazon repricer, for one, is free of charge. It will get you into the buy box more often. and also it will help you get more sales. So why shouldn't you get it, right? The problem with the Amazon repricer is that it works with one algorithm only, that algorithm being undercut the competition at any cost. And I mean that quite literally, because quite often the Amazon repricer is known for starting price wars between sellers, whereas sellers have to sell under value and often actually lose money, and nobody wants that, you know? So to sum it up, you could actually say that the Amazon repricer is a repricer built for customers, and a dynamic repricer is a repricer that was built for sellers. Let's move on to the third and last form of repricing for today. It's called dynamic or intelligent or algorithmic repricing. What happens there exactly is that the repricer, the dynamic repricer, much like the static repricer, first identifies the final price, which will definitely get you into the buy box. So yes, it will also start by undercutting your opponents, right? Let's say, for example, the product is priced at 15 euros or 15 euros and 5 cents. The repricer, the dynamic repricer, will identify that and undercut the lowest bid by another 5 cents, depending on your setting again. Now here comes the main difference. As opposed to the static repricer, the dynamic repricer will first let you win the buy box, and after you've won the buy box, it will continuously and gradually increase the price while still keeping you in the buy box. That means it will send out, let's say, I'm going to dumb it down a little bit, send out signals to Amazon and say, hey, I'm in the buy box now, but what if I increase the price by 3 cents? Will I still be in the buy box? And if Amazon signals back, yes, you will, the dynamic repricer automatically increases the price by 3 cents and keeps on doing so until Amazon says, if you go up any higher, we will kick you out of the buy box, right? So the main difference is that the dynamic repricer will keep you in the buy box, but you will not sell at the lowest price. You will sell at the highest price possible while still in the buy box. Right, and of course, well, yeah, the effect of that is that there's no price wars, right? It will not be a race to the bottom, and the sellers will still be able to make a solid margin. Customers are also happy. It's a win-win situation for all. Yeah, I'm just going to repeat the last sentence. The static repricer is built for customers. The dynamic repricer is built for sellers and also for customers and also for Amazon. Win-win-win situation. So what is the disadvantage of a dynamic repricer? A lot of people, and we see this in a lot of forums, they say, well, we don't really like dynamic repricing because you kind of lose the human touch to your pricing strategy. You know, you just switch on the dynamic repricer and then it will take care of everything and you just have your hands free to do other stuff. It is true that at the end of the day, you might be giving up a little bit of control to your repricing software, right? Your dynamic repricing software will be taking care of most of your pricing strategy for you. But I mean, yeah, that's the idea behind it after all. But that doesn't really mean that you're not allowed to do your own market research or your own market analysis. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it would actually be beneficial for your company if you have, first of all, the market research of the seller working together with the repricing software, and it might even actually lead to more sales. Okay guys, just to summarize, so there are 3 forms of repricing: manual repricing, static repricing, and dynamic repricing. Manual repricing basically means that you are old school. You do it all by yourself. You don't use software, which is cool, but you have to be aware that it will take up a lot of your time that you can spend elsewhere just as efficiently. Static repricing means that you use software, but the software only works according to one algorithm, which is undercut the competition, win the buy box at any cost, quite literally. The disadvantage, of course, it might lead to price wars, and you have to be ready to sometimes sell under value and maybe lose some money. The dynamic repricer, on the other hand, kind of works like the static repricer, with the small but important difference that it gradually increases the price once you have got the buy box, which means you will still win the buy box, but you will also sell at the highest price possible. Yeah, and I guess that's it for me for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions regarding that, please do not hesitate to call us, write us, comment on this YouTube video. We will get back to you in any case. Yeah, I wish you all a good week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.